Time in the markets feels smart. The same way waiting for the perfect time to propose feels smart. The same way waiting for the perfect time to propose feels smart. You're never really ready. And the people who wait for the perfect time usually end up with nothing. If I waited until I felt 100% ready to propose to my wife, we'd probably still be dating. That's exactly how people approach investing. And that's why most of them miss it. I didn't propose to my wife because everything was perfect. I proposed because I figured out what I wanted. And investing works the same way. And people hate hearing that. Time in the market is just fear dressed up as intelligence. Kind of what these succumbs be sleeping with. It's the same reason people wait to propose, wait to start, wait to invest. And by the time they feel ready, the moment's gone. They lost the momentum. They lost the idea. It's not the same reality. Most people don't fail at investing because they're dumb. They fail because they're waiting to feel ready. Most people say they're waiting on the right time to invest. But what that really means is they're waiting to feel safe. The problem is safety is an illusion. There's always going to be a reason to wait. A headline to scare you, a chart that looks better tomorrow. And the market doesn't reward people who wait to feel comfortable. When I proposed to my wife, I didn't have everything figured out. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I didn't even know how to change my oil on my tires. I didn't have the perfect income. I didn't have every plan mapped out. I didn't feel 100% ready. But I knew one thing. If I waited until I felt ready, I'd never react. I'd never move a muscle. We built as we went. Investing works the same way. You don't build wealth after everything is perfect. You build it while life is still messy, while the storm's still hitting you. You still building your foundation on your home so the big bad wolf don't blow your world house away. Time in the market feels smart because it feels like control. It makes you feel like you're being strategic, like you're avoiding mistakes, like you're being disciplined. But most of the time, timing is just fear in a suit. Fear of being wrong, fear of losing money, fear of starting too early. Fear is what makes traders give up. Because once that fear hits and that losses come in, they don't know how to control that feeling of losing, of fear. And once you're able to let that fear take over is whenever the market kicks you out of the game. And once you're kicked out of the game, you will no longer see the fruits of being in the market and being able to have patience and discipline. Timing is about when you start. Time is about how long you stay. And time always beats timing. If I can stay in the long game over time, timing when I start wouldn't matter. You don't need to catch the perfect bottom of a stock. You don't need enough time in the markets for your mistakes to matter less. Let me say something that doesn't get enough love. Starting small beats starting big late. Putting $100 a month in your 20s feels pointless. Putting $100 a month in your 30s feels late. Putting $100 a month in your 40s feels urgent. But time doesn't care about your feelings. These names and these feelings and these words we wrap around things that happen in our lives, no one cares about them until we put names on them. 1 + 1 is still 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. Things are going to happen and we can react no matter how we want, but they happen. If you start early investing, time does the heavy lifting. Not because you're smarter, but because you gave your money more chances to grow. Compounding isn't loud, it's quiet. Nothing happens for years. And then suddenly people think you got lucky. Waiting doesn't keep you safe. It just guarantees you miss time. And missed time is the one thing you can never make back. If you're working a 9 to 5 like me, you don't need perfect timing. You need consistency and discipline. You make a plan, you stick to it. On good weeks, on bad weeks, on boring months, during scary headlines, because most wealth isn't built in moments of brilliance. It's built in boring seasons you didn't quit. Time in the markets feels dumb until you look back and realize staying was the smartest thing you ever could have done. That's Pocket Watch.